Nothing beats a yinzer holiday. And only for 50 big old jumbos, you could go to the Monongahela and that. That's only 50 pounds.
What? What?
Welcome to Boys in the Burgh, the podcast all about Pittsburgh, these boys, and sometimes trying to impersonate popular sounds on TikTok.
That was impressive. I was not expecting that.
But have you heard that sound?
I have, yeah. I just watched a video of the Steelers when they beat the Jets. It said nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
And then that didn't age well, did it?
No, it sure didn't.
But yeah, my name is Chris Speranza.
I'm JJ.
And we are here to talk about the yinzer vocabulary today because how have we not thought about this as an episode ever?
Oh, it's been on our list. Guys, we have a giant list of episodes to talk about with Pittsburgh stuff. This has been on there for, 2 years now? And I'm so excited we're finally talking about it.
I don't think even the classic boys in the Burgh, me, you, and Andrew, I don't even think the classic boys in the Burgh ever talked about it.
No, I think we mentioned things, but we never actually did a whole episode on it. So, and I got pages to talk about.
Pages, nice, because all I have to give everyone an update, I was leaving work today and said, oh crap, I gotta come up with a list. So what's the best thing to do? I go into ChatGPT and I type in, what are some Pittsburghese stuff? And it came up with a list and I said, perfect, put this in a PDF file.
That's awesome. I, on the other hand, found references from Wikipedia, SteelCityHistory.com, Stanford, and Oxford.
Oh my God. I forgot. This is like a very well studied accent.
Found like thesis papers on this.
Now, are we going to call it an accent or are we going to call it a language?
I want to say it is a it's not an accent, but it's like a type of language, like a oh my gosh, there's a word for it. I can't think of it, but it's like how the southern states have a certain like way they say things. The northern states do slang. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was about to say, while you're thinking about that, that people could probably at that point, go to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and they could find us at Boys in the Burgh. And if they're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, they can listen to us also and give us 5-star reviews or even leave a comment. And basically, press subscribe also because the subscribe button is right there. Also, go ahead and click it. All in that time, JJ was trying to figure out the word slang.
We actually have a lot of new listeners. So everyone out there who's been listening, and if this is your first episode, thank you. We really appreciate you listening.
Well, JJ, you were the biggest advocate for it in North Carolina. I feel like if I looked at it, the listenership, it'd be like Pittsburgh, a couple people, North Carolina, a bunch.
It's because I got really good people down here. Really, really good people. Not that Pittsburgh's not great, but down here, we got some great folks out there.
That Southern hospitality, I guess they would say.
Yep, even though half of them are from New York.
And when I lived in Indiana, they called it that Hoosier hospitality, which is real.
It is real. Oh my gosh, dude. I almost got like a free appetizer just for being nice.
I know, right? And so, yeah, so this slang is something that's been studied by many, many people. And JJ, I guess I'll let you kind of take it away of how this whole shindig started.
Yeah, I have a big long thing I'm going to read, and I figure we can read that and then go into some of our favorite terms if you want to do that.
Yeah, works for me.
All right, so yinzer. The term stems from the word YINZ or YUNZ, a second person plural pronoun brought to the area by Scottish Irish immigrants. Began to be popular in the late 20th century, used to show allegiance to the Pittsburgh sports and saying that you're from the Pittsburgh area. As stated before, it started with colonial era Scotch Irish immigrants that transformed into the city's identity. The descendants of Protestant people from Scotland and Northern England who had been settled in Northern Ireland beginning in 1610 were the ones that originated all this. During the 19th century, when many Irish speakers switched to speaking English, they found the gap in the English pronoun system, they found it problematic because the Irish language has both a singular second-person pronoun, tu, or you, and a plural one, sib. In response, these speakers coined a variety of English-based second-person plural forms, including you all, U's, yuns, yins, and U1s. Subsequent Irish speakers of English, as well as Scotch Irish, who lived alongside them in Northern Ireland, inherited these forms and brought them along when they immigrated. The word, now spelled yins in Pittsburgh, is a contracted form of U1s. U1s is used not only in the Pittsburgh area, but also elsewhere in the Appalachian Mountains, where it often sounds more like Ewans.
Mm. So
That
the
is so. I
Irish.
didn't. I didn't realize the Scotch Irish were the ones that created this and brought it over.
So the Irish are to blame. They're always to blame.
Everyone blames the Irish.
So yeah, no, I would say yins is a pretty good word. You know, overall, it is a way to describe the entire city of Pittsburgh. Yinzer being the more specific one. For someone who used to work in the Strip District, that would sell the little stickers that had like the Pittsburgh slangs on it. And the multiple times I was asked, "Hey, what's a yinzer?" And I get it; they're not from here. And
What was the
eh,
name of that store that you worked at?
Yinzers in the Burgh. It was
Yes,
called
sir.
Yinzers in the Burgh. I didn't even know you were going with that. It's just like second nature for me to be like, yeah, my resume, Yinzers in the Burgh. So when I put it on my resume, I had to be specific. Yinzers in the Burgh sports store. Because no one knows what the hell Yinzers in the Burgh is.
It's so true. But I mean, if you're from Pittsburgh and you were raised going downtown, I'm sorry, downtown, you would know what Yinzers is.
Yep. So Yinzers in the Burgh is, a store in the Strip District. And it didn't have I think if it didn't have a namesake towards it, I don't think it'd be popular at all. Because name me that other Steelers store that's in the Strip District.
The Steelers store.
Exactly.
I can't remember it.
No
It
one
has
knows. No one knows.
it has
No one knows
staying
what the hell
power.
it's called.
I know they have good discount shirts, like, for $15.
Yeah, they do have like those discount shirts, like people that just set up tables and it's just like, it doesn't have the Steelers logo on it. It has the logo, but it says Steel, or it's just like, you know, look out for that when you look at those discount shirts next time. It's just very vague.
Yes, indeed, but they make a killing off of it because they're in the Strip District. So, speaking of the Strip District, there are places in Pittsburgh where all you have to do is mention a name like the Strip. When you say the Strip in Pittsburgh, what am I referring to? The Strip District.
Strip club.
The Strip District.
It is weird trying to tell people like, doing like an icebreaker thing and just being like, "Hi, where'd you used to work?" I'm like, I used to work in the Strip," and they're like, "What?"
Yeah, they don't. I mean, some people don't know if they're not from there.
Yeah. That I guess that is another Pittsburgh slang. I didn't mean for it to turn into that. But yeah, people all the time. "What's a yinzer? Excuse me, sir. What's a yinzer?" And sometimes when I've had like a 12 to 14-hour day and I just feel like someone just going like this, just grabbing a sticker, being like, "Excuse me, what's a yinzer?"
I can
But
always print this out, this whole thing I just read. If you ever want, if someone's like, "What's a yinzer?" You can go, "I'm glad you asked," and just bust into this.
so, in your definition, what is a yinzer? If no mean to turn it on you, but what do you think a yinzer is?
I think a yinzer is someone that identifies as somebody from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, typically born and raised, even living in North Carolina. Like I have my Penguins jersey on or jacket on all the time. I have my Pittsburgh stuff all up, like Steelers stuff, in my office. Like if you have Pittsburgh in your soul, no matter where you're at, then you're a yinzer.
All right, now be asked that. Now try being asked that 90 times a day and give that same description with that same enthusiasm.
By like the 20th time, I'd be like, I don't know, it's the store. What do you want?
It's someone from Pittsburgh. That's what I eventually said. I just said
Someone
it's
from
someone from Pittsburgh. Uh, so no, that's a really good point because there were two things that I got all the time. One was what's a yinzer, and two was I live in name location, and I'm from here. I heard that a lot too. Like I live in Indianapolis, but I am from Pittsburgh. I live in North Carolina, but I am from Pittsburgh. I'm just a guy. Well, why didn't you stay here? Huh? You don't have to tell me your story. I don't need to hear your story. Just you want to know what a yinzer is?
Yeah, I was thinking about this because a lot of people are from Pittsburgh and moved out of the city, including very famous people. So I wanted to ask you before we get into all this other stuff here, what is your Mount Rushmore of people from Pittsburgh?
Well, that's a great question.
Born in Pittsburgh, not like Mario Lemieux, who was born in Montreal, but has a huge name down here.
What? That's hard. I was gonna say Bruno Sammartino, but he's from Italy. Kurt Angle.
Yep, he's on it. Okay.
There we go. This is off the top of my head. Kurt Angle, Michael Keaton, right?
Yep, yep.
I don't know if you have a Mount Rushmore.
I do. I've already fact checked a lot of people too, so if, I'll know if you're wrong.
Okay. Kurt Angle, Michael Keaton. I don't know, I'm just gonna say Joe Manganiello because he's the voice when you go into the Pittsburgh Zoo.
Is he really?
Yeah, you're going up that really big escalator and you just hear hi, I'm Joe Manganiello, Hollywood star. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Zoo.
He does do a lot of volunteer work and not volunteer, but he donates a ton of money to Pittsburgh, like different places. Okay, so those 3. And who's your last one? Your 4th one?
Oh man. I don't know. Name is it a what do you have? Is like sport, actor? What do you have?
Do you want me to give you mine, then you can pick your last one?
I'm just gonna pick one. WWE announcer Corey Graves. That's the
Okay.
only other person I can think of off the top of my head that lives in Pittsburgh.
It's very on track that you have 2 wrestlers on yours. It's pretty cool. From Pittsburgh, I have Art Rooney,
Well, yeah, yeah, okay.
Andy Warhol, Burr, uh, Fred Rogers, aka Mr. Rogers from Latrobe.
Oh my god! What? How do? And then number 4 is Michael Keaton.
No, number 4 is Myron Cope.
My god, that he is the ultimate yinzer. I forgot about.
Runners up was Rick Seebeck,
Oh yeah, of course.
Mac Miller,
Okay.
and
Yeah, yeah.
and Bruno Sammartino because he's awesome. Well, I guess he's not from he's not born in Pittsburgh, but so I guess. Oh shoot, I messed myself up. Oh gosh,
Well, when you fact checked him, what'd you get?
with for who?
Bruno Sammartino.
Oh no, he was born in Italy. He wasn't born in Pittsburgh, but he made a name, and his whole family still lives in Pittsburgh.
All right, my pro wrestling Mount Rushmore. Mine is Bruno Sammartino. From Pittsburgh. We're gonna say. Who did I just say?
You have like
Kurt
4 options.
Kurt Angle, Lee Moriarty, Duke Davis, and
And Phoenix.
and Corey Graves.
Oh man, I actually had a whole thing that actually I wanted to bring it real quick back to North Carolina. David Tepper, the owner of the Carolina Panthers, is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, look at that! Another North Carolina and Pittsburgh connection that you found
Every episode.
every single time. So, okay, we only got to the first word so far. So you got that word, yinzer. Yins means use is actually a slang term which you should know at this point. A bunch of New Yorkers and New Jerseyans say. Yeah. So we got that word. The very next one I have on my list, which I think is going to be a lot of people's favorites, because if I had stickers of downtown Pittsburgh, I think it would be like Yins, Yinzer, and the one that everyone would buy would be Jagoff.
No, don't be a jagoff.
No, it'd be a Jagoff.
It's
What's
not
a
profanity.
what is a Jagoff? My short ChatGPT term is jerk, comma idiot.
That's what I wrote.
It's as simple as that. I'm sure like people like Pittsburgh original Pittsburghers, they just kind of sound like they're just slurring the words.
They
So
sure
I'm
do.
sure it started as a jack off or jerk off, and just like jerk off. And then the next 100 years happened, and then it was like you jag off.
It's so true, but it's not considered profanity in Pittsburgh. It is funny that you say that because in doing my research, everything does sound like everyone's had a couple Iron Cities and started to talk like, "What's a catch? Sit on the catch."
Yeah, I remember I was on like when I was googling everything, they would just say weird stuff out of nowhere. It'd be like catch. I'm like
Flower.
it's just like that's not a Pittsburgh term. That's just a different way of saying it.
Haas.
Yeah. Am
Haas
I?
is house, obviously. Flower is flower.
But do you
Hatch is
agree?
couch.
Do you agree with that? That's not a different word. That's just another way of saying it.
I agree with that. No, you're right. Like, I feel like that is like someone who is learning English may say it like that because of their accent.
Yeah, and like for an example, like the other term that I have on here, nebby, that's a completely different term compared to what's originally meant to be. So like nebby, which means nosy, comma prying.
Did your chat chibi did your thing steal off of my notes?
No, it just goes off the internet and it's easier. Took me 2 minutes to make these notes.
Yeah, well, how much Wikipedia does ChatGPT use?
Prying like you're coming out of the bushes, just trying to
Sticking your nose where it don't belong.
get out of here, you nebby Debbie.
Nebby Debbie. I did like Red Up. That's a pretty fun one.
Red Up is a fun one. Let's see what I have on here for Red Up. Let's see if ChatGPT matched with yours. Red Up to clean up, comma tidy.
Yep. It used in a sentence. I gotta red up the house. I got family coming over.
Have you ever used the word red up, or has our parents ever used the word red up?
No, but I think we had older. I'm talking like Aunt Jean used to say stuff like that. If memory serves me right.
Yeah, that is true. And people who don't know, our Aunt Jean is old and she's dead.
Jeez. Now that people know, thanks.
So send the flowers here. so, but that is a older Pittsburgh term that, yeah, I never use. What are Pittsburgh terms you use in general?
I'll throw a yins every now and then just to be like, just to do it, you know. But I don't really. There's nothing I actually say that like I don't think about. You know what I mean? Like I'll say dippy egg every once in a while, not without thinking about it. Pop. I always say pop, but I work with the public, so I have to like watch what I say so that people understand what I'm saying, and I can't just be like, "Yeah, you ever go downtown and pick up some pop from Isley's?" They're gonna be like, "What?"
So for people, dippy eggs, which means over easy eggs, eggs for dipping. And what was the other one you said?
Downtown.
Downtown, which I know I said like it's just a word said differently, but I think that one kind of blurs the lines.
Downtown for sure blurs the lines.
Yeah. So downtown, and that, which means and that. So use your imagination, how that word came together. Um, and so I do catch myself saying "in that" a lot.
Okay.
So if I'm just like having a casual conversation, just like oh, no, no, in that, and it's just I don't know. It's just something that kind of got ingrained into me. Like, how do you say "and that"?
And that. You know what you do, Chris, and I've just picked this up from living down here, is you say "dan."
I do say "down" like that. Like,
"Dan."
I just said it without even with trying not to pretend, but I do say it like that. I remember a long time ago, we had a cousin from Georgia come up, and she said we say "nose" weird.
Nose.
Yeah, like nose is a weird one.
That you know what? I think I read that that is something that we do. Like there's something with nose, but I couldn't remember like how it works.
And then the last thing in Indianapolis, everyone said tournament, and I was the only one that said tournament. I know
Tournament.
that's a weird one, but but it
I
was
would say
true.
tournament.
Yeah, but they say tournament.
What, like you got a snake bite? You got to put a tourniquet on it?
Like they'd say tournament, and I tested this. I went to like 9 different people. I was like, "All right, what's that thing that happens during March Madness? Oh, it's a tournament." I'm like, "No, it's a tournament."
You're saying it wrong, dude. That's like
Yeah,
saying detergent.
yeah, or saying gyro or
Oh man.
gyro.
Everyone in Pittsburgh calls it gyro.
So I want to say one thing going about your dippy eggs thing. I only said dippy eggs because I panicked and I never knew what the names of the eggs were.
That is totally fair. And dippy eggs is such a Pittsburgh thing, but really it's over easy, slimy, watery eggs.
So here's to help everybody out who's going to Denny's. Sunny side up is they don't even cook the top, I believe, right?
No, they just cook the bottom. They cook it just till it's like just about done.
All right. Over easy is just they put a little layer on that yolk part, but it's still gonna be runny. Over medium is a little bit runny, a little bit hard, and over hard is just boom. You're eating a hard boiled egg.
Did you say did you say Denny's and not DeLucas or Pamela's?
Oh my goodness.
You gotta get on your Pittsburgh game, son.
Oh man, DeLucas with the chicken on top.
Chicken on top. Ironically enough, that brings me to some we're gonna go back to a couple more terms in a second here, but do you wanna go down a quick little ride with me on food names in Pittsburgh?
Put a brick on the gas pedal, JJ. Let's talk.
Brrr. Okay, so Primanti's is short for Primanti Brothers, right? They literally have a sandwich called the Pittsburgher.
Real quick, there was someone in my training the other day. They're like, I believe there's a place called Primanti's. Oh,
Come on,
so
guys.
yeah, don't say Primanti's. You sound pretentious. You say Primanti's.
Primanti's. And there's also the Rothless Burger that you can get at Pepe's, which is another famous Pittsburgh location for hoagies. Which I guess hoagies is a northern thing.
It is hoagies slash sandwiches, which I don't know if I've ever said sandwich. I might have actually.
Chris, what's a jumbo?
So a jumbo is bologna, but for the longest time, one time I tried to order a jumbo sandwich at Primanti's one time. I thought it was jumbo bologna. So, because it sounded too ridiculous.
Where's it
So
at?
So I went to Primanti's and I'm like, can I get a jumboloni?
A jumboloni? Oh, that's amazing. What, did they just look at you like?
They
What?
got me. They got me. They got the point. They didn't want to embarrass me like I did already. But they were just like, oh, I want a jumboloni.
That's hilarious.
There's got to be a reason why that's like that then. Because jumboloni just kind of sounds like it mixes together.
It does. It does. But they just say jumbo. It's just jumbo in Pittsburgh, and then along with lunch meat, Isley's chip chopped ham.
So yeah, chip chop ham, that really surprises me that's not sold anywhere else.
Dude,
Because it's just, I don't know. How is it made?
it's just lunch meat. It's ham lunch meat that they slice up and chip chop it. When we were in Indy, I stopped at DeLello's and got Italian bread, and then got some mustard, and then Isley's chip chopped ham. And at the middle of that parade, oh, and Giant Eagle provolone. At the middle of the parade in Indianapolis, we were just munching on chip chopped ham sandwiches.
So if I was still living in Indianapolis, I cannot get Isley's out there.
You can get it delivered.
Well, if I went to a deli, say there was another like Hog's Head or whatever the heck it's called, can they chip chop that?
No, 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 no. Everything else is just sliced. It's just deli meat. Isley's like coin chip chop. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. I was just curious, and because our mom also has that secret recipe of Isley's chip chopped ham barbecues,
Everyone has their own recipe and everyone's perfect.
which is delicious, which is to make it simple for everybody, Isley's chip chopped ham, sweet baby Ray's barbecue, ketchup, which you wouldn't think ketchup would play that much of a factor, but it does, and relish, and that's it. Put it in a
Yep.
pot, warm it up, put it on a nice brioche bun, and you're good.
You can do that, or Isley's has its own barbecue sauce too.
Oh wow, really?
I haven't tried it yet, but it's on Goldbelly and I want to order it.
Yeah. Now is that hard for you being in North Carolina, or is it easier because you're just like, oh, I could get this delivered now?
The fact that we can get anything delivered is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty hooked on like the shrimp and oysters and seafood that's down here on the coast, especially now that it's September and everything's in season. But like oysters are $1 for an oyster. It's amazing. I love all that. But I do miss having it fresh off the grill in Pittsburgh, like a Permane sandwich or my next favorite thing, city chicken.
City chicken. What city chicken?
City chicken is a Pittsburgh tradition, I guess. It is skewered pork or veal that's breaded and baked. Mom used to do that with chicken.
Hmm.
Remember,
Okay.
she'd bread it with Italian stuff,
Italian breadcrumbs, I believe. Yeah.
and she wouldn't bake it though. She'd pan fry it.
Oh, I didn't know that was a Pittsburgh thing. Okay.
Yeah, but it's called city chicken. It's just a Pittsburgh thing that we call it.
See, I bake my chicken. I like to bake it with like the breading on there.
Oh, okay.
See,
Okay.
what I do is, sorry, this is not supposed to be a cooking lesson, but it has turned into a cooking lesson. I take my chicken, I melt butter and I mix it with the breadcrumbs and sharp cheddar cheese, and I put it on top of the chicken, and I bake that in the oven, and it is delicious. And then I make some kind of sauce where it's like sour cream and buffalo sauce in there, and you put a
Ooh.
little bit of water to make it runny. It's delicious.
I like a good thick sauce, but I respect that. I respect the runniness of it.
Yeah. So just so we're going down these terms, we've gone with the term of yins, jagoff, nebby. The other two on here, slippy and crick.
Turtle Crick, Slick Nick from Turtle Crick.
Yep, that's what everyone says down here. So slippy, I think I have used that a couple times.
I use it all the time. Slippy, when I worked in food service, I used it constantly.
Yeah. Are you talking about in North Carolina? You said that a lot, or in Pittsburgh? You said that.
No, 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 North Carolina. I use that constantly, and everyone was like, "Why do you say it like that?"
How did you say it?
Slippy.
No, no, no. Give me a full sentence of how you said it.
Hey, watch out for the floor over there. It's slippy.
All right, now say it with a Pittsburgh accent. Like the whole sentence.
You're gonna fall down over there. It's slippy.
Get down.
No, Charles, come on down.
Come on down, Charles. That video went viral.
It sure did, and it was distressing, but so funny to watch some for some reason.
Yeah. So we got crick. I absolutely have used the word crick a lot. Just I don't know. We just said it. Like even our last episode last week about Deep Creek, Maryland. It was just so hard. Deep Creek, Maryland. Like it was hard not to say it.
I know, right? No, I agree. Do you know what I use all the time? Really, actually, Katie and I both use it all the time. Is gum band.
That was actually the one I was gonna say. Gum band is on there. That's something not a lot of people say. If you try and say gum band anywhere else, it's like people would look at you like you have two heads. It's
I know.
insane.
It's like asking an attendant for a buggy. They're like, What the heck's a buggy?" It's a
Oh,
grocery cart. Give me the grocery cart."
buggy is on my list too. Wow, we got a lot of words to go through. Okay, so little quick lightning round: slippy, crick, sweeper, which
Yep,
means
sweeper. A vacuum. I got to sweeper the floor.
yeah. So why do they call it a sweeper? You got to use a broom. If you use a broom, you're sweeping.
That's true, but not in Pittsburgh.
Non-Pittsburgh. Gum band, pop, which I heard is actually said in other places. So
Yeah, it's an Appalachia thing.
people who don't know, pop means soft drink or Coca-Cola, however you want to look at it. Um, what is your go-to pop?
What's my go-to pop? Ooh, back when I was a boy, it was either Mountain Dew Code Red or Cherokee Red, and now
Cherokee Red.
it's a good diet cheerwine.
What was that?
Diet cheerwine.
What's that?
So cheerwine is like a Cherokee Red of the South, and it is incredible. It's a cherry drink basically.
I did research on the Cherokee Red man, like the guy
Yeah.
on the thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
his name is?
What?
William Knife Man.
It's a floater. He is definitely joking around. That's not his name. I know a term that I can't use down here because literally no one will get it unless you are from Pittsburgh. Chris, Kennywood's open.
Oh, no one would know that. That's that's a good one. That means
Right.
your flies down.
Yeah, Kennywood's open.
And did you know at the end of the SpongeBob movie,
What?
Squidward gives this giant speech to SpongeBob in the end, where it's like, you went on this journey and you learned about life and you learned about this. And then SpongeBob goes, "No, Squidward, I'm just going to tell you your fly was down. I can't believe I'm manager." The question is, how could his fly be down if he doesn't wear any pants?
I'm pretty sure they make a Limu Emu joke of that on the progressive or whatever commercials. The Limu
Liberty
Emu.
Mutual.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
I hate that commercial. I hate the emu because my dog barks at it every single time.
Dogs. Everyone knows cats are better.
Yeah. So, Squidward's straight up Donald ducking it, and at the end of a major motion picture, he's told his fly is down. That's an even crazier thing than in Titanic when he hands him the note and it's white, and then she reads it and the note's yellow.
What does this have to do with Kennywood being open? I'm just curious where you were going with this.
This has nothing to do with Kennywood being open. But are there any crazy amusement parks in North Carolina?
Uh, Carowinds is the big one down here, and it is,
Mm,
like, next to Charlotte on the border of South Carolina and North Carolina.
okay, Carowinds. That sounds like a in between border kind of amusement park.
Every time I hear it, I think of, Aladdin 2 when the guy goes, "Open Caraway." "Yeah, isn't it open sesame?"
Well, here we are back to our cinema, JJ.
But yes, I had to bring it back. I had to follow up you there.
Yeah, the
There's a
return of
couple.
Jafar. Like, how does
Oh my
Jafar
god.
return?
Everyone knows Robin Williams didn't come back for that one. Okay,
He
moving on
didn't
to
come
Pittsburgh
back for that
stuff.
because he was mad at Disney because he didn't want to be used in the promotional material for Aladdin. And then Disney said, "Nope, I'm going to use you anyways." And Robin Williams said, "I'm not going to be in your shitty direct to VHS
Oh, wait,
sequel."
and why was he in the 3rd one?
Because he made up with them. I don't know, but he was way funnier than the guy in the second movie. Okay, what's the next word?
Remember the time we binged all 3 movies at my apartment? Me and Katie's apartment?
It was amazing.
Sled riding.
Sled riding is not on my list, but that does make sense because I remember telling my wife from Philadelphia, "Hey, we should go sled riding." She goes, "Why are you saying it? It's just sledding."
Sled riding
Yeah, sled riding.
in the
Uh,
snow.
what else do we have? Sweeper, gum band, pop, jumbo, a jumbaloni. Uh,
Tossle cap.
yeah, I didn't know. I thought tassel cap was just a overall term because I swear to God, when I worked at Yinzers in the Burgh, maybe this is why. Uh, I thought like the term that like New Era used, who makes all like the Steelers hats and everything. I thought they used like toggle cap, but it might have been something else like toboggan or something like that.
Yeah, toboggan, beanie. It's all tossle caps.
Man, you know they make the tassel caps now where it has the little puffball on the top, but there's instructions to turn it inside out to cut off the puff.
Oh wow, I think they do that in vasectomies. Oh no, sorry, sorry. I'm sorry.
But personally, I like the little puffball on the top.
Sometimes it all depends. I had a hat like that, and I took the ball off so my cats could play with it.
Well, that sounds like a lot better than a dog barking at the frickin' emu every single time.
How about
Emo
Pittsburgh
limo service.
libbity bibbity? How
Okay.
about Pittsburgh people putting chairs in their parking spots on the street?
So I never experienced that, and I don't think I've ever seen it.
I saw it on the south side all the time.
Well, I'm not a downtown person that lives down there. So, and I'm sure just like with the downtown living, you know, spots are very limited because in all the reality, Pittsburgh is an old city with limited spaces and just getting more people because believe it or not, it's super cheap to live out here compared to other places.
It really is, which is amazing. Pennsylvania as a Commonwealth state is not that great with taxes, but at the same time, like it's okay, like to live in.
Yeah, I keep getting random mail for taxes. You're not a homeowner yet, JJ, but just you wait. I just keep getting random mail for stuff that I owe for taxes. And then I call my uh people where I have an escrow tax account or whatever, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we got you covered." But nope, Faye Rossetti, you know who you are. Keep sending me mail saying like you owe for the street light tax. Like, shut up.
That is insane. I'm so happy you don't live in an HOA and have to deal with other stuff besides taxes.
God. Yeah, that'd be even crazier. So we got oh, one we didn't talk about. JJ, after this, do you want to go out?
Oh, baby.
Ah, that's a
Get
good one.
out for Manny's.
That one
Uh,
is just like downtown. That's a blur the lines kind of thing.
I put that with like Warsh.
Yeah. No, I agree. Warsh is on my thing too. And then I got some funny ones on here that I don't think are Pittsburgh words, but okay. So I would say in the category of blurred lines, I would say at, which means out, Stillers, which means Steelers. I don't think
Hmm.
I've ever said Stillers
I do.
unless you do? Okay.
I do. Yep.
And Wersh, which means wash, which our grandmother is very famous for using the word Wersh.
Yeah, I love that. She says rubbish too sometimes. Take out the rubbish.
Take out the rubbish. I'm gonna wash it.
I'm gonna ask you two different words here, just because I'm interested to see your responses to them. What is the Russian liquor that you can purchase that's usually made of like potatoes?
Uh, is that Vladimir? Or
Yeah, but what is Vladimir?
uh,
What type of alcohol?
you got me on the spot. Why am I blanking? It's a vodka.
I guess Pittsburghers say vodka.
Vodka
Vodka. Instead of vodka, putting the D in, they just go vodka.
sounds like a German word or a Shakira song.
I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, Pittsburgh has a huge population of Polish, Scottish,
After my German comment.
well, Italian, German, Scottish, like a lot of like European, that whole area there. For instance, Carrick, the town of Carrick, was originally settled by Irish settlers. Bloomfield was settled by Italian settlers, and Polish Hill, come on, by the Polish.
Yep. And have you ever gone to Little Italy days?
No, but I drove through it when I was working at the hospital down there a couple years ago, and it looked really cool.
I know. The only thing I remember from it is there was an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a big event, but I was a part of an Italian days when I worked for Idlewild. That was a lot of fun.
That's really cool. Oh yeah, you talked about that in our Idlewild episode.
Yeah, and we didn't have an Idlewild episode yet.
Oh, Laurel Highlands. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was our Laurel Highlands one where they interviewed the Italian people for Italian days. Which, speaking of that, I forget what I was going to say. But okay, so Warsh. I think another one. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We still need to do the Rick Seebeck thing in Oakland.
Yeah, we have the notes for it. Maybe we'll do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the little tease is the Italian guy with the mustache that comes in with the cigar, and he's just like, "Hey, ladies."
Cousin Rico, whatever the hell his name is.
That guy is awesome. So okay, that's just a preview. Some funny ones I would say on here, and our dad says this a lot. Gutchies.
Oh yeah, Gutchies. That's a big one. I don't think it's a Pittsburgh thing, but Pittsburghers say it.
Yeah, and what is Gutchies?
Underwear.
Underwear. Which I never heard that phrase, but like when I was living at home with my parents, they would just be like, "Hey, we cleaned your Gutchies." I'm just like, ah.
But I'm not wet. What are you talking about?
Another thing on here, I never heard of it, and ChatGPT came up with it. Maybe your notes came up with it. Uh, Bummershoot
Bummershoot?
or Boomershoot? I don't know how it's pronounced.
What is it? Because I've never heard of that.
An umbrella.
That must be a really old one.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like Boomershoot sounds like a good one. Like boom shoot. Like I don't know.
What about if you go to the store and buy a gob? What's a gob?
Is a gob like a dessert?
It is. It is frosting with two oval cakes covering it, so it's like a cake sandwich almost.
It's like a bigger macaroon.
I mean, yeah, but it's cake, not just like macaroons.
I've never had a macaroon in my life, so
What?
I just never had it. And every time I go to like a bakery, it's expensive, and I'm like, I'm not paying for that.
Come to my house, eat my macaroon.
uh, so, and pretty much the last thing that I have on here is a wedgie.
Oh, what's a wedgie?
A wedgie is a Pittsburgh style pizza or the underwear thing. That's the description.
The underwear thing.
Oh,
I
a
have-
wedgie. Oh,
I
like
want
when
to
you-
say I may be lying when I say this. I think it's Milano's up in the north part of Pittsburgh that has wedgies. I think it's who has it, or Pizza Joe's, but
Wait.
somebody has wedgies and they're really good.
Why did ChatGPT say the underwear thing? Is it just exclusive to Pittsburgh that wedgies happen?
Maybe you should do your notes. If you guys can't tell, Chris is the like personality and the fun guy. I'm the nerd who does all the notes.
I'm a wild and crazy guy, we should say.
Yeah, you are wild and crazy. What about French fries on the salad? Pittsburgh salad.
So, well, my notes are done, so on to you. So, French fries on a salad. I think once you do it, there's no other way to do it.
Oh, yeah, especially if it's like a barbecue chicken or a buffalo chicken with ranch dressing.
So, like, Wendy's has salads, and it's good to put, like well, the thing is their salads are fancy. Like, I've had, like, an apple pecan salad there, so just, like, throwing french fries into, like, a Caesar salad, I think is pretty darn good.
I agree with that. When I worked for Cape Fear Seafood, that was always my take home. It's like I took something home with me to eat, and it was always fried chicken with buffalo ranch dressing and then a ton of veggies.
That sounds like a really good salad. You know, there's also this has nothing to do with it, but there was a hack that I saw online for if you go to Chick-fil-A and you get mac and cheese and grilled chicken nuggets and you put that in a container and you mix buffalo sauce and honey, it could be really good.
You're the third person to request or to mention that. I must try this. It sounds really good.
So when you do it, just take it home because do you have containers at home? Okay, because they're definitely not big enough containers. It
So
starts spilling
do it in the
off to the
bowl.
side. Yes,
That
you
makes
gotta get a
sense.
bowl. It spills off to the side. You gotta have it all together.
Did you know the Klondike bars from Pittsburgh?
No, I used to love Klondike bars.
Did you know it was made by Isley's?
No way.
Yeah, originated with Isley's Klondike bars.
That's crazy. Let me ask ChatGPT, was Klondike bars
ChatGPT's gonna be like, yeah, the thing with the underwear.
oh, yeah, I also forgot to tell you, my go-to pop
Oh yes,
is
please.
Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke.
You're turning into grandma. You're turning into Norma.
No, she drinks caffeine-free Pepsi. I
Diet caffeine free.
Yeah, diet caffeine free. I just drink diet, and yes, there's
Basically just aspartame.
yes, there's aspartame in there, and there's unnatural sweeteners in there. But that's why we got that man RFK. He's gonna fix that up.
Just don't take any Tylenol, y'all.
So, yeah, that's my go-to pop. I really now if I try to drink something that's like has sugar in it, like a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew, it I just toss it out. I don't finish it.
I I've been indoctrinated into the South because I've been drinking diet Sundrop every once in a while.
What is Sundrop? Like, it sounds like a lemon lime kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a mix between Mountain Dew and Sprite, but I refuse to drink Mountain Dew because it's not good for men to drink Mountain Dew.
Nope. Mountain Dew's not good for anybody to drink.
Nope. Nope, it is not.
Anything
Another
that's green.
anything that's green like that, like neon green.
Yes.
Do you want me to do some rapid fire on some of my stuff here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I have a lot and we don't have enough time, so I'm just gonna bust through a couple of them real quick here. Pierogi, that's everyone knows what pierogi is now, but it's kind of originated in Pittsburgh.
Well, you can't buy it in much other places. Like Mrs. T's pierogies, like I think I think we were able to buy it in Indianapolis, but I think you really had to look. And there's a place called Bubba's that does make homemade pierogies, and they make a bunch of different varieties of it.
We have a place down here called Joe's Oasis that makes them homemade, and the guy's from Pittsburgh that owns the place.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but pierogi, basically a dumpling with potatoes and cheese in it. Sometimes there's sauerkraut. You can go crazy with it, like the Church Brewworks does, and do like goat and mint.
What do we have in the kitchen today? An alligator? All right, let's put that in there.
An alligator and allspice. Okay.
What's this? Deodorant stick?
Halushki, which is a classic if you're at any football game, any high school football game, cabbage, onions, noodles, and butter.
Yep. Very nutritious, very healthy.
Yeah, no, it's so unhealthy. Did you know? Oh, you know this because you're from there, but the Big Mac originated in North Huntington, Pennsylvania.
Yes, an episode must be done about this soon.
Yes,
I will
maybe.
I will make my way to the North Huntington McDonald's, completely dehydrate myself from the sodium there, and take pictures.
Maybe we'll go there when I'm back in Pittsburgh for the wedding next week. We'll see.
Let's just skip Christie's wedding. Let's just go right to the Big Mac Museum
Let's
instead
go
of
to the
going.
Strip District and the Big Mac Museum.
I'm sure she'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I am sure. Oh, speaking of North Huntington, Eaton Park Smiley Cookies.
Oh, that's a classic. We need to do an episode about Eden Park. We've already come up with 3 episodes just now. But of course, I'll have to go to Eden Park myself, and then you could just be like, "Here's the history on it," and I'll be like, "Ah, it made me poop." Like,
I had 2 super burgers.
uh, well, last time I had a super burger, it was just like a Big Mac. There was not really any difference.
I mean, it's the same exact thing, really. The difference is you get like a free Coke with it if you go to Eaton Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Sarah's Candy in Washington, PA. That's a big thing. Sarah's
That is a big.
Candy.
JJ Watt raved about it.
He did rave about it. I mean, it's great. It's the best. It's the candy is. I mean, the chocolate is so good. And that brings me to my very last thing, which is a Pittsburgh thing. I don't. I think it may be an Appalachian thing. But have you ever heard of the strawberry Jello pretzel salad?
We make it. Not me, but like our family makes it every single year. I Okay, just tell everyone what it is first, and then I'll describe my taste of it.
Basically, think of layers. It's a dessert lasagna where it's strawberry Jello, some type of like. What would you say? Like some type of like
Not
marshmallow,
whipped cream, but like some kind of.
like a mix between marshmallow fluff and whipped cream.
Yeah, I would say that.
And then pretzels, just crunched up pretzels on the bottom.
So I always figured it like this: take the pretzels away. I'll just eat the Jello and the whipped cream part because the pretzels just dry it up, and so I can't
What?
do all of that at once. Just and sometimes I'll scrape off the pretzel and I'll just eat the parts that I like a child.
You see, I think the secret is to soak, not soak, but like put butter or something, some type of like something to really like. I don't know, because you want to make sure the pretzels are crunchy, so you have the crunchy texture, but you don't want them to be super dry, so it doesn't dry up the actual meal. You know?
Yeah, so that's why I scrape off the pretzel. I just
My
eat the good
gosh.
part. So yeah, no, that was a good one. Might be an Appalachian thing, but definitely a Speranza thing. Is definitely been made in a household. So you just threw the paper away.
Yeah, the only other thing I had was the steel curtain and the immaculate reception being like, if you live in Pittsburgh, you have to know what those are.
Yeah, nope, that is true. So if you don't know who the 1970 Steelers are, and if you don't know the Steelers Super Bowl wins were 9, 10, 13, 14, 40, and 43, like you are not a real Steelers fan. And we don't talk about Super Bowl 30 or Super Bowl 45. That's how that's how it is just living in Pittsburgh.
Even though the quarterback that beat us now plays for us.
Yes, exactly. And he's going to prevent us from winning another Super Bowl.
Oh my god. That was a rough game.
I had the Seahawks running back on my fantasy team, so
Oh,
I kinda liked it, but I kinda didn't like it. It's like here's how I described it. I was pouring coffee out of a coffee cup, and, like, a hot piece of water fell off, like, the end of it, and it hit my foot, and it burned my foot, but the pain went away quickly. That was kinda like what that Steeler game was like for me. It was just like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Ah, well, at least I get fantasy points."
that Steeler game is the reason why I now have the Sunday ticket that Jason Kelsey is promoting all the time because like Fox was like, you can't watch this. You're not in Pittsburgh. You can't steal it offline because we shut everything down. You have to pay for it. Yeah.
And then he unzips himself and it's just like, oh, Disney CEO Bob Iger. I would have got away with it too, but weren't for your meddling kids and Robin Williams.
Oh my god. Any other comments about Pittsburgh language?
Uh, nope. All I know is pretty much in our signature exit, we do use a Pittsburgh term in there, and I like to use it because I think it is the very best way of signing us off in a Pittsburgh way. So this Yinzer language is an immaculate reception.
I love it. I love it. I love whenever you hear it, you know people are from Pittsburgh. It's like the same way you know people are from Chicago or Philadelphia or the South. You know, it's like, well, there are such different dialects down here, but it's just such a unique thing that you can be proud of. Be like, yeah, I'm a Yinzer. I say stuff like, yeah, you know, I have a toilet in my bathroom that doesn't have any sides to it. It's just a toilet in the middle of the bath in the middle of the basement, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, I do have a Pittsburgh toilet, but it's under my steps. It's not in the middle.
But it's a Pittsburgh toilet. There's so many things like that that we couldn't even get to because we don't even remember how much stuff there is.
I know, but and now next time someone comes up to you on the streets and they say, "What's a yinzer?" You say, "We are yinzer."
Listen to our podcast.
It's like from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not "I am Groot" anymore. It's "We are Groot."
That's right. Groot, who puts French fries on everything.
That's right. Well, I've been Chris,
I've been JJ.
and we will see Yins real soon.